Hey guys, Panther0822 here. It is den time with the Panther. I'm going to be going over something tonight, and it's in answer to a question that I had, or not necessarily a question, but a suggestion that had been made to me. It's not the first time this suggestion has been made, and since it's not the first time the suggestion was made, it dawned on me that maybe I might want to take a little bit of time, look into it, and go from there. And so, other than kind of the normal updates, this is what I'm going to be taking at least a small portion of this vlog to do. So, but before I do that, I'm going to share this out to Facebook here real quick. And then also share it out to Twitter and maybe one or two other places, and then we'll get started. So get comfy, grab some popcorn to hurl at the screen, and we'll get started here soon. Alrighty. Now that I've got everything shared out, today's been actually a pretty productive day. I was able to play some Star Trek Online, although I was actually debating not actually streaming anything today. The wife and I went out and hung with a friend for a little bit, and then when we got home, we immediately grabbed her gym stuff, or more specifically her swimming stuff, went across to our gym, and then swam for a little bit, and then came back. And I was kind of wrestling whether I was actually going to stream anything today. I know yesterday in my evening vlog I said I was probably going to stream some Star Trek Online, so there was part of me that was going, I should be a man of my word. I said I was going to do it, so I should do it. There was a part of me that was going, I'm really just not in the mood. But I did it anyways, and that's actually probably the more important thing, is if you want to be successful in things, you have to be comfortable doing the uncomfortable. And sometimes doing the uncomfortable thing means doing something that you know you should do, but you're trying to talk yourself out of it. So, I ended up doing the stream anyways. I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna play. I'm gonna leave the mic off, and I'm just gonna play. So that's what I did, and that seemed to work a little bit better. And I'm kind of starting to enjoy just kind of playing, just streaming stuff, leaving the mic off, and not really worrying about a commentary whatsoever. There are other games where I enjoy leaving the mic on and doing a commentary on it, like the Knights of the Old Republic's games. That was the wifey's. The Knights of the Old Republic's games, the Dragon Age games, or more specifically Dragon Age Inquisition, because the last couple streams I've done as far as Dragon Age Awakenings goes, I've left the mic off, and I haven't had it on. And honestly, I think it works better for some games. I think leaving a commentary out just works better, and for other games, commentary is kind of nice. But I really struggled with that today. I struggled whether I was gonna do the stream today, and I decided I was gonna do it. Tomorrow is Sunday. I don't stream on Sunday. If I ever stream on Sunday, it is always a bonus. It is never planned. It's a, hey, we're going to do golf with friends. Or, hey, I'm screwing around doing side quest shit on Inquisition because I've got to kill time to do shit. So, Sundays are never planned. I usually take Sunday as a day of rest as far as streaming goes. So yeah. Anyways, and I just realized I'm kind of doing a lot of talking with my head down and gesturing with my hands. So sorry about that. Anyways, I need to flip over. I really wish I had a second screen right now, but that's gonna have to wait for another day. Although, and this is mainly so I can just see things. I did do a thing with my iPhone. I've switched over to using Android. And I tend to do that. I tend to bounce in between iPhone and Android. Both of them have their strengths. Both of them have their weakness. Ironically, most of the time, their strength is also their weakness. So I'll give you an example of that. iPhones, fantastic devices, very difficult. I'm not going to say impossible to hack, but they're very difficult to hack. The main reason I know that is because there's a lot of people who over the years have tried with very limited success. I'm not saying that it can't be done. I'm just saying you've got to be really bullheaded and determined to do it. So, but the main thing that iOS wins out over Google, and it's not that Google doesn't have this, Google just needs to catch up, is the iOS integration in between all of their devices. So in between my iPhone and when I had an iPad and phone and computer or tablet and computer, the entire integration system that Apple has for all of their devices is the best integration system that I have seen. It's not that Google doesn't have it. My experience with Google, with their integration in between their phone and basically the Windows OS, is it's not as good. It doesn't share as well, doesn't share as much. And the other issue with Android is it's a hell of a lot easier to hack an Android device because Android uses an open system. It's an open OS. Anybody can develop for it. Anybody can program for it. Anybody can throw something out on the market for it. You can develop stuff for iPhone and you can submit it, but the requirements for Apple is a hell of a lot higher than it is for Android. So, again, pro, con. The downside to an iPhone, and this is something that does drive me nuts, and it's something I can do on my my Droid, my LG specifically what I'm using. It's not a Droid, it's not Motorola. It's Android OS. Is that how I can rearrange the icons on an Android phone versus iOS. This is where the Android actually wins out. I wish iOS would do this. I don't know if it's a copyright thing or if Apple just doesn't want to go that way. I don't know. And that is, again, with Android, I can press it, I can rearrange the icons however I want. Unfortunately, with iOS, when you press and hold, you can rearrange the icons, but it's a sliding thing. So if you move something up, it slides something over and down. So yes, you can moderately rearrange and whatnot and put icons in the pattern that you want, but it's not nearly to the level that an Android has. So again, pro, con. And again, it's just, sorry, it was just a weird tangent, and I apologize, although I'm good at weird tangents and whatnot. Okay. Set that right there. I've actually got something to drink, so. So anyways, it had been suggested to me that it might help out my channel if I if I had a button that was basically a donate button. It's the first time somebody had suggested to me, at least through chat. It's been a thought process, and it's something I actually really wanted to do. And there's so anyways, let me transition the screen here real quick. So you'll notice that right here, there's this little dude with green with 2 eyes. That is a Streamlabs button, and so here is. You guys are going to see my capture software, but that's okay. All right. And then I'm going to look over here on... Okay. So what happens when you click on this, and I probably should have hovered over it long enough so you guys could see what the text said, but the text said DIN donations. So I don't know if other channels have this or not. It's easy to set up. I can show you guys how to set it, where and how to set it up. If you're interested in doing it, I'll show you because it's easy enough to do. But basically, this is an answer to a particular person suggesting that I create said button. As far as this goes, so this is the creation of that button. So let me come back here. Here's how you do this. You go to the About tab, and then on the, basically, if you scroll down just a little bit, you don't need to go far, down here in links is where you need to go, and then you, assuming my page will behave for me. Doesn't look like it's going to behave. Looks like I may need to reload the page. Although I may have to change how I'm viewing the page. That might be part of my issue. But anyways, there's a little thing that pops up a little over here that allows you to edit it, and then you can actually change, you can actually add links, specific links. So if you have say a PayPal, and you want to be able to have people so they can donate to you, to your channel or whatnot, this is where you do it. And what it'll do is up in this upper right hand corner, it will generate a little icon. So like my Twitch, so if I like click on the Twitch one, it's gonna bring me over here to my Twitch channel. So yes, I do have Twitch. I actually prefer Twitch over YouTube, mainly because YouTube has done some things to seriously hose their creators. But YouTube and Twitch are the two largest platforms in order to do what I do, so it's the reason why I use it. So, anyways, I don't need that open anymore. So that's to my Twitch. And then I've also got my Facebook, so you can... Give me a minute. So you guys can come over to my Facebook page. You can hit the like and follow button, and then you can kind of follow me here. I share most of my stuff out here. I do a few other things on Facebook. Honestly, not as much as I should, just to be really honest. Not near to the level that I should. And then also to my Patreon. My Patreon page I am working on. Patreon is another way for a content creator like myself, and if you're a content creator, this is a great way for you to do things too. But Patreon is another place for people to donate to your stuff. I need to go through and create rewards. I had some rewards set up. They were stupid. They just... they were non-relevant, just to be honest. So I've deleted them. I've got to go through, recreate some ones that are actually relevant, and go from there. And then again, the last one is the DIN donations, where it's a direct link to where you guys can donate. So that was kind of actually the main thing I really actually wanted to cover. As far as this particular stream goes. Again, the reason I'm sharing this and showing this with you guys is because somebody had actually made this suggestion. And honestly, that person is in the chat. So I want to thank that person for that suggestion, because it was a very good suggestion. And it's definitely something that needed to be done. I did spend a little bit of time looking on YouTube tools and things like that. I did not see a donate at all. So I don't know, from all of the tools that I've gone through as far as YouTube goes, I did not see one. So I have no idea whatsoever. I am actually feeling quite well, for the most part. I'm feeling a little tired, a little run down. So, thank you for asking. And then also, I wanted to actually kind of talk a little bit, since you're in the chat. I spent a little time, and I actually looked a little further for the Star Trek game that you were talking about through Steam. I did find it. It is not. It's currently still in the list as far as early access. However, it is not an early access that I could download and play. At least not that I could find. I did look. I just couldn't find anything. But based off of what I saw, it looks like they're pulling directly from the active card game. Or at least I think it's still active. So what I'm talking about is... Actually, I'll... come back over here to the I'm not sure that this actually did what I told it to do. No, it didn't. Okay, so I'll just do it a different way. That's fine. All right, so this is the game that they were talking about. This is Star Trek Adventures. They had released, and this was years ago, a Star Trek card game. It came out about the same time as I want to say either Pokemon did, the Pokemon card game did, or Yu-Gi-Oh card game. Although all of them came out all about the same time. There's a lot of people who well, I shouldn't say a lot. I've heard people try and claim that Magic ripped off of those games. No. Get your dates straight. Magic the Gathering came out first. It was developed by a college professor who taught probability and statistics and wanted to keep his students awake. That's how the game came about. That's the reason why the rules are the way that the rules are as far as the game goes. Anyways, Star Trek the card game came out, and I did at one point actually have some cards. I actually had enough to actually build a deck, and my dad and I played a little bit. We played a game or two, and overall, it wasn't bad. It was pretty decent. You should be able to put the link in there. Because I've put links in the chat before. As I misspell that. Sorry about that. So, anyways, it was for the most part it was a really good game. I even had a Lieutenant Picard card from way back when Q took Picard back and allowed him to make some changes and allowed him to see how those changes affected his life. So it was definitely that. I'm a huge Star Trek. I'm a huge Star Trek fan, and I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I'm very much into both. There are a lot of people who will ask me, which one do you prefer more? And my answer to them when it comes to that is it depends on what about the universe we're talking about. As far as what Star Trek stands for, as far as the acceptance, no matter who you are, what you believe, and things along those lines, that is where 100% I am with Star Trek on that one, and I'm very much into that. As far as the tech level goes, I'm actually more on the Star Wars side of the equation as far as the tech level goes, mainly because I'm a huge weapons fanatic, and I love lightsabers and stuff. So I kind of lean towards that as far as that goes. So I mean, it really does depend on which category you talk about, because depending on the category, I'm either Star Trek or Star Wars, depending on category. Don't ask me to say what ship would win or which universe would win in a 1-to-1 collision, because the honest answer is I have no idea. Okay, cool. So, anyways, I've been kind of rambling on for well, how long have I been rambling for? I've been rambling for about 27 minutes. So, but I had kind of a lot to talk about, and and a few things to rant about, and a couple of things to shout out and thank people for. So, anyways, something else that I want to talk about, and this is the channel's growing. It's growing very slowly, but it is growing, and it's growing steadily. And there are things that I would like to do, and a lot of that is a matter of of tools at my availability, but a lot of it is also a matter of what would you guys like to see. Right now, we're year to date. Got to get back into something so I can get the exact number. I started the channel back in September of 2016. I started it specifically because I have multiple sclerosis in conjunction with brain damage. The brain damage is from when I was a toddler, more or less. I'd grown used to the brain damage. I knew how to work with it. I knew how to work around it. I was able to work. And then in 2016, the MS hit and seriously screwed shit up. And I ended up having to withdraw from the workforce, mainly because I was telling customers to fuck off to their face. Which you don't keep a job very long when you do that. And when you're very empathetic towards people who walk up and say, I have an issue, whether it's valid or not, and you basically look them dead in the face and be like, you're a moron, and I don't care, then it creates a serious issue. So, anyways, 2016 in September, I started the channel. Since I started the channel's currently at 3727 as far as total views, which means we're getting close to the 4,000 mark. I wish the monetization worked as a 4,000 view. Once you hit that magical 4,000 views, it monetizes. That it's not the case. The way that works is that you have to hit 4,000 views within a 12-month time span. We're currently at 260. And then I also have to have 1,000 subscribers as well. So, because it's a double-edged sword, I've got to have both. It's not one or the other. And I'm currently at 17 subscribers. And I don't hide any of this stuff because, I mean, honestly, I leave this stuff up for you guys to see. Because I think it's important. And I think being clear and transparent and honest with you guys is a much better way to do things. But anyways, regardless of whether we hit 4,000 in the sense as far as the monetization, or 4,000 as in just lifetime, it's still a mile marker. and it's a really cool mile marker to be hitting. So once I hit that, I'm gonna do probably a 4,000 view video, just kind of a thank you and whatnot. And then mile marker wise, I haven't quite decided if I'm going to celebrate 20, 30, 40, 50, or if I'm going to do like 20 and then 30 and then 50, or I haven't quite decided how I'm going to do that yet. Simply put, that that there are certain subscriber numbers and viewer numbers that I will be doing things for. So just keep your eyes out for those, because we're getting close. I was not expecting to be close to 4,000 views at this point. I really wasn't. And I'm very thankful for where the channel's at and the fact that it's growing. And I'm thankful for the support that's in the channel and you guys. Because, I mean, it sounds cliche. I know it does. And when I watch other large YouTubers do kind of a thank you, and we all basically say the same thing, but we can't say it enough. The truth of the matter is, if you guys didn't watch, we couldn't do what we do. Well, we could, but it wouldn't have. One of my main focuses for this, and honestly, I'm probably going to do an independent video as far as this issue goes. Other than the MS and having to pull out of the workforce because I just can't be in the workforce due to my lack of social skill anymore. Give me a minute. I gotta. It does. I watched, and kind of what brought a little bit of this particular section on was I was watching Matt Pat. Matt Pat did a video yesterday, and if you look on my right hand side, you'll see Matt Pat as far as in my list and whatnot. But one of the things that he said was the way that you support people is by views. That's how you give your voice to people, and that is that's the truth when it comes to YouTube and when it comes to things like this. I really wanted to let people see a person who has MS doing something, and hoping that it will reach somebody else who either has MS or another very serious medically debilitating disease. And give them hope. That is the other reason I'm doing this. Is it's not just I can't work, therefore I'm going to do YouTube. It is a inclusive. I want people to see things. I know I've pulled my video feed as far as my video going out of the games. I've done that for a couple of reasons. One of the main reasons I've done it is that it seems to actually speed the stream up when my video feed is not in there. So it seems to actually help out a lot. So that's one of the reasons. The other reason is I tend to forget it. And three, I think, especially right now because I've got Game Show popping up, and I'm still trying to talk with Game Show as far as releasing my license so I can Sorry, I got sidetracked by reading a comment and replying. Um, so I may end up putting my video feed back in, but the other part of it is I felt that my video feed in the game was taking away from the game because it hides a portion of the graphic, or it hides a portion of the game, and I don't have a green screen setup. I've tried messing with some chroma adjusters and some things like that, but in order for me to properly do it, I would need to actually get a green screen, and I'm in a tiny ass apartment. I don't have the ability to do it. I just don't, or at least not easily. I could probably rearrange a few things and probably gain the ability. That'd be something I'd have to talk to the wife about. But anyways, there are changes that I would like to make, but they're gonna take time and they're gonna take money. So look for those changes. They'll happen. That'll be slow, but they will happen. And thanks for listening to me ramble for almost 40 minutes now. So yeah. Anyways, I'm tired. I'm gonna go ahead and kill it now. I hope you guys learned something about me, and I hope that you guys are enjoying things. So thank you very, very much. I'm going to spend a minute. I'm going to mute the microphone. I'm going to read through the chat real quick because there's a couple of chats I think I might have missed. So I want to take a minute or two to actually respond to the chats. I'm going to throw some music on for you guys. Oh, I muted the microphone in my ears. Here we go. Alright. I'm going to turn the music up just a little bit more for you guys. Like I said, I'm going to stay in the chat for a minute or two so I can go through and read and make sure I'm responding to everything. So anyways, thank you guys so much. If you like, hit that subscribe button, please. Hit the hit the bell icon. I stream Monday through Friday, and sometimes on the weekends. And yeah, so anyways, until the next time, this is Panther 0822. Peace out, guys. Have a good night.